Witness the great ish of Emma Bunda ish.
The Issues Podcast, hosted by Anne Magbunda, co-hosted by Leleja and the Voice of God.
When I grew up,
Yeah.
I don't want it to sound like the same story as others, but when I grew up, I never got new clothes. Always.
Yeah.
I used to get hand-me-down clothes. So remember I told you I grew up with my grandmother.
Yes.
Grandmother, my sevens in my kitchen, and whatever they give, I would wear that. But what I cherish about that, because we don't understand as kids, we want Nike.
Exactly.
I'm not against Nike.
Yeah.
We want Nikes, we want Reebok, we want
Especially
because of the
Brand
name.
names, you know what I mean?
But we never understand what we are wearing. So when my grandmother gave me clothing that I could give my brother, and my brother gives his younger brother,
and
then I saw, there's something great about this. Is it the quality? Now I had to understand fabric. Oh,
All right.
what goes through the fabric?
Empire.
Don't call me British Empire.
Okay. I was shiny. Some applause, yo. Yeah.
Holla.
Guys, welcome Neleja. She's at the back. She's the mother god
Yes,
today,
guys,
yo.
I'm Mother God today. And
Yeah,
you're
man.
sharing heaven with me, Cody.
What's up, guys? Your boy, the Voice of God. Sibuyele ngenye, phezu kwenye.
And le enkulu le namhlanje, guys.
Bigger.
Isinja, is fashionist, itendi.
Dandy.
Wena.
Hey.
What do they call those people? Anti-peacock. He's part of the anti-peacock.
What is ongshayisa wena? What is
So, yo,
anti-peacock
guys,
singa guy?
What is
Sorry.
anti-peacock?
Mara I tinga papi.
Yeah, no, you're not popping. Today's about you, yo. You
Yeah.
do anything.
Definitely.
Tell us ukuthi singaphaphi.
Yes,
You tell us don't pop.
Let's say be humble. Let's put it that way.
humble.
Yes.
Holla.
And God will lift us up.
Yes.
You will lift us up. Yeah. So, yo, guys, before I start,
Please.
there's a thing I do, really.
Yes.
I pagamize the people, and then they're gonna do their issues. After I pagamize them, they're gonna pagamize themselves.
this language.
in their ish. You get me? So, yo, guys, firstly, we have Matimba Baloyi, Roneedeep.
Skip my file namhlanje.
Guys, you see,
The number please.
guys, firstly,
Yes.
if it wasn't for this guy, the issues being echo here.
Let's not be emotional
You
about
get me?
that. Yes.
It is.
Don't
Don't take your credit away, bro. Don't take your credit
No, I
away.
just feel the voice. It sounds like
Yeah,
you're
yeah,
becoming
like-
emotional, but
like,
yeah,
guys-
carry on.
Guys, like the show, my first show, it was this guy, Chuck the Gangster, episode 4. Oh my God. I quoted him. It was him. You get me? So I'm still gonna say a lot of things, cause like a lot of people abasala Lilo,
Yes.
he's the plug. Like Yonki into he's the guys.
I think you've said this before. In which episode again?
It was 4
Yes,
and Lilo's one. Also Lilo's one. You
And
get
I
me?
wanted to be there. I've never
Yeah,
done
you
this.
get me? Cause
Wow, yeah.
he plugged me to Lilo because it was like Lilo needs a keyboardist and thingy.
Oh,
Then he called me.
listen.
Like he connected. Now Bayang busy SABC. Hi Bayang busy
Listen,
SABC.
I
Hi Bayang
am
busy. I'm a
busy.
thousand. It's because of him. So like, yeah, guys. Like I wanna thank him. Cause I say man, like I always tell him that I'm gonna thank you until you get bored. Cause every time when
And he bothers me. He sends me thank you
Eish.
on Instagram nahan while I have him on WhatsApp.
the MXO, the Mavericks now, I'm getting featured with MXO. He plugged me to that guy.
Congrats to that, man.
Thank you. Now I
Congrats,
know
man.
the UK people, California, bro. I'm speaking Tonga with Americans.
You
You mean
speak
Shakao?
Imagine.
That's
Wait a
Shakao.
minute.
That-
Shaka.
wait a minute.
Black
people from the
coffee
UK.
engineer, guys.
It's people from the UK.
It's him. It's
You have a
him.
little
guys.
people from the UK.
It's him.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, oh my.
You've
So,
got
guys,
people from the UK.
I just want to say that, yeah, man. Like, this is the guy. So, yeah, before I pop too much,
for you
yo,
to preparation.
can he do his own issues?
Introduction.
Intro.
Do the issues.
I don't have an
Hello.
intro because life was the introduction by itself.
You
But yeah,
beast.
man, I'm Matimba Roneedeep Baloy since we keep my file put. I just wanted to be called Roneedeep, but because we know we're related and family, so it's
Yeah, he's
fine.
my brother.
So yeah, man. I don't want to give myself a lot of titles, but the work should give itself. I mean, my work should give the title. So yeah, I'm Rodney, a musician, a stylist, a sound engineer, and what? Yeah, a style influencer, a creative. Let's put it that way.
Just go to Instagram for the
And
memo.
Yes.
But
you-
then what is the Instagram handle? So we
Roneedeep.
know.
Everything is
Roneedeep.
Roneedeep. So
Yes,
simple.
understood. But they could be
Roneedeep.
Roneedeep 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We don't know.
But let's
Pella.
spell Roneedeep, man, because people will spell it.
Thank you.
Spell it
They'll
differently.
their own
So it's RONEEDEEP.
You see
In
that?
between, there's a word need.
Aha. Uh-huh. So if you
The
don't have
need for
need
the
there, you're
deepness.
spelling it wrong.
Roneedeep.
You're spelling it wrong.
Roneedeep. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah.
If you were to dive into your world of music,
Mm.
you know, what would you tell the masses? Because you know, a lot of us want to go into music,
Mm.
me included. Yay! So as a poet and an artist, I really want at least a perspective that I can have, like the realist perspective of the industry. Because you know, you get these musicians that are like they color it for you. You know, like oh my gosh, if you just work hard and you know, in a couple of months, you know, the grind is great. But you get people that are still sitting years in the game and they
Yeah.
still haven't been known. You know, you get people that are like
Shame.
10 years in, and they're only known like what last year. So
Mm.
what real perspective can you give us with the industry?
With the industry, first know yourself.
Uh-huh.
Because firstly, I
Don't be normal.
okay.
Don't
Don't be normal. Okay,
Yeah.
that's what people who don't understand creative call us.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Abnormals.
Yeah.
Like that truck, you know
Yeah.
that truck. Firstly, man, it's important to know yourself.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
It took a while for me to discover myself
Okay.
because God gives you the talent, but sometimes you don't
Yeah.
discover it or don't understand how to maintain it.
Oh, okay.
So there's two ways, right? You discover yourself, you discover the talent, then you nurture the talent.
Oh,
It may be
okay.
education, research, and networking.
Okay.
So for whoever wants to be into the music industry, firstly, you know yourself, because this world is very cruel.
Yeah.
You know, I'll give you advice only to ukulahla nje.
Okay.
Then there's some advices that are true.
Yeah.
You understand? If you know yourself, you'll know that okay, if someone is saying something that's out of your principles, it's easy for you to say, nah, I'd rather, take 5 years longer.
Yeah.
Rather than to bribe or rather than to do
Exactly.
that. So know yourself. I discovered myself later. I started in 2008 making music
Okay.
on the computer though. But the music journey starts, I think, in 95.
Yeah.
I don't know, should I go there?
How go
Yeah,
there?
you
Go
can. We
there.
want to see exactly.
Go even to
I feel like you should
Okay,
just
so
go where you cultivate.
so
it,
obviously I
yeah.
was born in 93 in a village,
Yeah.
raised there for 3 years
Called
Okay.
before
what's the name
coming
of the village?
Kakala village.
Hallelujah.
Kakala.
Kakala. Makutuba Kakala.
Kakala, yeah. And I was born at Kensani, not a very luxurious clinic,
Public.
and I'm
Yeah,
happy
yeah.
for that.
Yeah.
I'm
too
stronger.
humble.
I'm stronger than medicine that's been
for
given
this
to people.
prayer.
I'm a natural, man. I'm a natural. So obviously, when I grew up, when I make my proper research, my mom, when she studied,
Yeah.
she loved listening to music.
Ah.
So I don't know if I was in her belly when that happened, or before, or the genes. You never
waves.
know.
No way. Something is
But what happened is that then she had to do her degree.
there. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I had uncles, right? So my uncle, my grandfather's brother's son. I don't know if I'm making sense.
Yeah, you're
Lots
making
sense.
sense.
So I love my uncle. His name is Bason, but I used to call him Boss because of the name Bason.
Uh-huh.
So he used to play a lot of disco, penny at that time.
Uh-huh.
So yeah, man, I would dance to the songs.
Yeah.
Then when it was church time, when you need to render an item,
Yeah.
Yeah.
you would be expecting Hallelujah or something,
Exactly.
and I sang penny. I was told that. I was what? Did I do that?
Shaka Boon.
And I was young then.
Yeah.
But you never, obviously, as a young baby or a young person,
Yeah.
you don't know that you are actually gifted on that.
You
Yeah.
don't.
So what happened is then, I grew up. Then I had to after 3 years go to Johannesburg.
Mm-hmm.
Grandmother, my mom is studying, right?
Uh-huh.
So my
Yeah.
grandmother buys me those toys that has music and radio. Apparently, I broke that radio, wanting to find out where the sound comes from.
Wow.
All of us.
So I was like, okay, and this thing, you are told. It's not
Yeah,
like I'm
yeah,
taking
yeah.
someone's word. I was told.
You
So they
know.
bought 2 radios. I have broke the second one.
Wonderful.
Right?
Trying to figure this out.
Cool. Okay. Then my grandmom said, okay, fine. She even knows the sound. I don't know how she used to say it, but
They
it was
need
fine.
to find.
You know.
Either need.
So then, obviously, then I was Bengsema Plotin, farms. That's where my grandmother raised me.
Yes.
Then uncle and dad had us to move. We had to move to Soweto.
Uh-huh.
So my dad had tapes,
Yeah.
and Soweto shows that this thing is a journey. You know.
Mm-hmm.
I used to mess up my dad's gospel tapes. I used to sing on top of them.
Yeah.
Oh.
Then when we had to travel, listen to this. This is the funny part. When we had to travel to Limpopo, and when he puts the tape,
It's not what he's
I'll just sleep.
expecting.
I'll sleep, act like I know. Okay, I'm coming up.
Oh no.
Funny enough, they would hear some raps. I never knew that I was gonna go to house, like
Yeah.
rapping.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
everything.
yeah.
Then my dad, I'm angry at this. Who's doing this? So my mom, like, okay, she was laughing. As she was laughing, though, she was smart. When we came back, she bought me tape
Oh,
cassette.
see,
The cassette.
moms,
and bought me
yo.
8 empty tapes. So I used to record radio now.
Oh,
whatever song I loved.
man.
Yeah.
And then I used to record myself.
Hey, cheese
Oh,
boy, you.
man.
Cheese boy.
Yeah,
so
then-
I-
But no, you just had a loving mom.
I'm a tape.
You have a loving
I think
mom.
it was an
Forget.
investment, bro.
Yeah,
I forget
yeah,
that. You
yeah,
have a
yeah.
loving mom.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
have
Yeah,
a
yeah,
mom
it's
that will make
investment,
anything
okay.
happen.
I think it's an
yo.
investment,
okay.
but she
Yeah.
never knew that, I'm heading there. She just wanted to
Yeah.
keep me out of trouble.
Yeah.
So I think I was in Soweto that time. And when I got the tip, I was not in Soweto. I then moved to Val. So I'm just trying to summarize.
Yeah.
So I had a crew of friends, obviously the guys I met.
Uh-huh.
So we started recording. I would take a bottle of beer, take a stick, and make a rhythm or a melody.
Oh my
Then rap onto that.
Yes.
Then my friend who's a nepage, telepende.
Oh my
man.
I wish I had that tape, man.
word.
You know his father took the tape because he
Yeah.
loved the tape. He used to play it every day.
Oh
And
my.
then I wish I had the tape to give you some because I can convert
Oh
my
Yeah.
God.
analog
That
to
is a-
digital
Yeah, you
right
get
now.
That is an
Yeah.
incredible.
So then when he
Advice.
used to play the tape, I remember this funny moment, bro.
Yeah.
This guy who came we featured on the tape
Yeah.
said some stupid thing and mess up the song.
Yeah.
So my
Hey,
friend slapped that guy, right?
Yo, my
So when the guy starts crying, say, oh, no. So my friend continues, oh, it became a song because remember we couldn't edit, right? So
Oh
we
my
continued
God.
with the tape.
Oh my God.
Sorry, his name is Melusi. I hope he watches this
The
podcast.
creativity.
Please,
Yeah.
Melu.
So he's no more into the music, but he's into business right now.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Oh.
So the journey just went
calling.
on and on. Then my dad got a computer.
Mm.
I think it's 2008.
Yeah.
And he wanted it
was in
obviously for
grade 4.
education.
Mhm.
And I saw this computer and said, okay, no, man.
What grade were you doing this time?
I don't remember.
2008,
But I know
yo.
that I finished school in 2012.
All I
So
can
you
tell
can
you is
deduct there quickly.
I think when I met you, ne? That's when we met.
just in 2008, I was 10 years old.
Yeah. So
Oh, gosh.
it seemed like it was last week, but yeah.
Woo.
So
No.
when my dad got me the not the podcast, I'm saying the podcast because the
Computer.
computer. I'm thinking of the podcast.
Hey, yeah.
Shout out to you, bro. Rather than installing educational stuff,
Yeah.
I used to draw though.
Okay.
So I thought I was gonna be architect,
Oh.
but God changed.
He had his
Hey,
own,
when
he
I
had his own
change,
plans,
Because
yo.
you have
So,
the
yeah.
plan, but he said, "Did you give me the plan?"
Did you you have the plan, but I have the vision.
Yeah,
you know
and he
what I'm
says
saying?
no. Like Proverbs 6,
Yo.
it says, "You give me the plan, then I establish it."
Yes,
But if you just have a
Hallelujah.
plan and just go with it, maybe it's not God's purpose.
exactly.
But let's not go there.
Hey, let's look around.
Yeah. So
Relax, God. It's not a tip.
so my dad gave me the computer to play around.
Yeah.
Yo, you have been in trouble with that computer.
All of us.
When I installed
Yo.
the DAW, we call it Fruity Loops, but
Yeah.
DAW.
3.4 for
Yeah.
sure. It was a
I don't
3.4.
remember.
Yeah, it
I
was
don't
the-
remember. I had a DAW. It
Yeah.
worked. Went to friends to understand what's going on.
Yeah, yeah.
No one understands, but they make like they know this thing because they installed it in their computer. No, you just got to, just there's a kick there. Yes, there's a kick, obviously.
Duh.
There's a kick snare,
Yeah.
claps, and whatever sound. Yeah, you just do that. I'm an expert. Okay, cool.
Wow.
So I learned the hard way. I remember doing the first pattern. You'd understand because you're a
Yeah,
producer.
yeah.
Bro, I used to do a pattern, right? I was
Yeah.
so happy, but I couldn't make it a song.
Yeah. Even
think-
yeah,
I
yeah,
think it took
yeah.
me 6 months to understand. Oh, there's playlist.
Oh my god.
That's where you
Yeah.
add everything. And I did a song for
Oh.
7 minutes with one bass line.
Dude.
No chords.
Dude.
I felt so proud, man.
Oh yeah, it's the best ish.
I felt so proud.
Ah,
You know, and when other guys were speaking about girls,
Yeah.
I remember speaking about
beats.
beats. And I was the weird guy.
Oh no.
You know? I
That's
remember
always like
starting high
that.
school, man. I remember, let's going back. I think I was in Tarfanten. I don't know if you know Horizon, guys. It's a boys'
Yes,
school.
definitely.
I
do
went
know
there to learn
Horizon.
some Turkey.
Oh, Turkish.
Turkish. So
Ah.
günaydın. You know?
Oh, Turkish. Explain.
Yeah,
it.
it's a
No,
language.
it's a language.
It's a
Oh,
language.
okay.
Turkish.
So
Oh,
it's
oh.
the,
It
they
is
had
from
a language.
Turkey.
It's from Turkey.
Yes,
So
Oh,
definitely.
the
Turkish.
institution is from
Turkish.
the Turkish guys.
Oh
you
yeah,
know?
yeah, yeah.
Bro, I remember we used to listen to definition of house.
Mm-hmm.
Your definition of how.
Listen to that.
I'm skipping
bruh.
one thing. Oh, before the desktop, right? Oh,
Yeah, yeah.
my cousin came.
Uh-huh.
I used to listen to contemporary music, like Abu Malaika,
Yeah.
you know,
Oh,
Boom
those were the times,
Shaka,
man.
you know?
There's
Yeah.
a
Yeah,
box.
you know?
Yeah.
Then this
wait.
guy comes with Cleo, Mucho Mucho.
Yeah, plus Cleo was the age, the time.
Yo.
Yeah.
Mela.
And I told him, dude, you're not going away with these CDs, you're leaving them.
I'm so sorry.
Yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah.
And he left them, never knowing what he was creating.
Shout out.
Then I started following these guys. I never
Mhm.
understood those. In those days, they used to compile,
Uh-huh.
not produce. So they were DJs in a way. They never produced. They used to take songs,
Songs from
and
whatever.
compile them. But
Yeah,
in our
yeah.
heads, because remember, guys, we were pirating, not knowing that we were pirating. We thought it was DJ Fresh because he compiled
Oh,
it.
because he just okay. So what?
So
is
there
it?
were some songs that were DJ Fresh,
Yes,
Fresh,
but some of them
most
were
of
just
most of the 90% or 95%, I must say, it was compiled
Ish.
in those
From
days.
other
We didn't know the
people.
business that
Yes,
time.
yes.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
never knew the
course,
business.
yeah,
That's why
yeah.
when I understood the business, I went back and bought
Yeah,
the
yeah,
songs.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah, I think I spent 3K. Yeah.
Ooh.
So it's I love
Yeah.
how you just that's a whole podcast.
Yeah,
It's
like,
not going to manj.
Yeah,
It's
like,
a
yo.
whole episode in its own.
Yeah.
And what I'm about to ask you is also another episode. It's a part 2.
It's fine.
You
Let's go
understand?
for it. Let's go for it.
Let's rock.
Yeah.
You understand? So I just don't understand seeing your EPs, the names and all those things. I just don't understand what goes behind you making an EP, an album, a name of coming up with the name of an EP or just the project on its
The
own.
project.
What comes
It's events.
with it?
Yeah, it's an event that occur around me. May it be death of a friend, may
Yeah.
it be me falling in love, me getting married, me having a baby, me
Yeah.
doing great, or me going through stuff. So I'll just give an example with Utterance, last year's EP. That was kind of a mixed emotions.
Yeah.
Death, marriage,
Yeah.
and love. So
Yeah.
Utterance came from there. So I use reality to name my EPs or experiences, if I can
Yeah.
put it that way. Yeah.
So there's because now you touched on the music
Hey,
now.
that guy jumped me. I wanted to give you the other stories, but it's fine. Let's go.
So sorry.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry.
Yeah, but you know
No, I
what,
think
when
it's
you have
good.
plans, he cut your
I
plans. It's
think
like,
no, he didn't cut. He had a question that he needed to make
Yeah.
sure that it gets through.
Yeah,
Because
you
know.
because he was around
the music.
Yes,
That
makes
cool.
sense. Makes
Because
sense.
he came from upbringing and then how
Yeah.
he started music. So I was
Yeah.
like, yeah, hey.
It's a long journey, but yeah.
So I want to know, you're gonna tell me the name of the song, cause I remember you've once hit the charts of UK. Yeah, on my charts I say UK, guys. UK.
UK.
Yo.
I even forgot UK Brazil because
Yeah,
I have a
UK.
summary actually that shows
Yeah.
charts. Yeah, man, it's track sauce.
So I
Yeah.
wanna know when, cause it was Brazil first, and now it was UK. And UK, I think it was the one that, cause I remember they even tagged you, and I too, guys, cause obviously
He was part of the
Yeah.
project. Yeah.
I was so happy. So, like, how did it make you feel? Like, cause if it was okay, as much as I was featured, but I popped like,
Yeah.
they had to know, baby, what to do. You get me? Like,
Right.
so I wanna know with you, like,
How did I feel?
yeah.
Can I tell you a secret, guys?
Yeah.
I've never enjoyed mostly my success. Know why? As I was explaining that if you don't know yourself, you'll never cherish the small wins.
Yeah.
So the problem is you try to what you call to compete or compare yourself with other creatives. So you're not looking at your wins.
Yeah.
But now, if you would want me to answer now, I'm really grateful for those wins. You
Yeah.
know, I take those wins as growth,
Yeah.
and I don't want to be comfortable with those wins,
Yeah.
so that more opportunities may, open up.
Yeah.
Because if you're comfortable with your wins, you wouldn't want to go further.
Mm.
So
Mhm.
it was great for me.
Wow.
But it was great for like,
Comfortable with your wins.
Yes.
yeah, you won't go further. That's what
Yeah.
makes black coffee.
It's
We told him
true.
he's
Oh,
yes.
hey,
He says
hey,
no.
guys, hey,
I still
this
want to
is
go.
not
No, no, no,
coffee,
no, no,
this
no,
man.
no, no,
Okay.
no, 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 let's not go there.
Okay, yeah.
Ah!
He's
He's a Grammy nominee, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah. Besides, I look up to that homie a lot.
Yeah,
Mhm.
hey.
Yeah.
So when it
Look up
comes
to
to your artist, because you're
Mm.
saying that you're an artist all around,
Yeah.
I am one who's also into style. Like I'm into
Yeah.
coordination. So I wanted to ask, in your style, is it with dress sense or is it also like your interior design? Because you did say at some point you were one who aspired to be an architect. So I wanted to know, does it stem from that? Because to be honest, architects know style because they build buildings.
I didn't know
yo,
that.
things
Now
we-
I know. You know what you just made me think of?
Uh-huh.
It makes sense. If you look at my Instagram, right?
Yes,
There's a lot of
mhm.
architects, and I never thought
Yes,
of that.
that's why I was
For
like
me,
looking
I
at
was
you
just
to
designing.
where.
Can you call it?
Mhm.
I want my Instagram to appeal.
Okay, in a way where it
Yeah,
shows your style sense,
I'm
but
taking it back. I kumbula album.
ha,
Yeah.
I do
That's what I'm
remember.
doing
Okay, okay, now that you
digitally,
actually
though.
say that,
Mm.
right?
speaking
I
digitally.
literally, that's why I
That's
asked him. which
that's
is-
how I take it. Yeah.
And it's because I've just realized that now that you mention kana squasaring architect, ne?
Yeah.
Yeah. His posts, it's him and buildings.
Yeah.
That's why I asked.
So now I understand where does this come from.
Yeah.
It makes sense. Where does it come from?
I wanted to ask, especially with your dress sense, because I was
Mm.
looking at your Instagram. Your dress sense also kind of speaks into your liking of design.
Mm.
So that's why I wanted to ask exactly where is your strength, like your stem of design? Is it buildings? Is it interior? Is it like your dress sense, or is it all of the above?
I think it's all of the above. Whatever you
Uh-huh.
see, I'm sure comes from within Rodney's,
Mhm.
creative side.
Yeah.
But when we come to clothing, it
Mhm.
carries weight for me because
Mhm.
when I grew up, ne,
Yeah.
I don't want it to sound like the same story as others, but when I grew up,
Mhm.
I never got new clothes. Always,
Yeah.
I used to get hand me down clothes. So remember,
Mhm.
I told you I grew up with my grandmother.
Yes.
Grandmother, seven's my kitchen,
Uh-huh.
and whatever they give, I would
Uh-huh.
wear that. But what I cherish about that, because we don't understand as kids, we
Yeah.
want Nike.
Exactly.
I'm not against Nike. Ne?
Yeah.
We want Nikes, we want Reebok, we want Adidas
Especially
because of the
Brand
name. Ne?
names, you know what I mean?
But we never understand what we are wearing.
Mhm.
So when my grandmother
Yeah.
gave me clothing that I could give my brother, and my brother gives his younger
Yeah,
brother,
and then,
then I saw, no, there's something great about this.
Uh-huh.
Is it the quality? Now I had to understand fabric.
Yeah.
Oh,
All right.
what goes through the fabric?
British Empire.
Don't call me British Empire.
Okay.
By the way, I love that guy, Uchirwan. So,
You look at quality.
You saw
now.
quality.
yeah. So then what happened is, when you go for schools Friday, say, yo, it's Valentine's, bring your clothes, and you have those kids who wear Nikes and you wear
Yeah.
hand-me-downs, and you're like, ugh, I don't fit in
Mhm.
until you grew
Damn.
up and understood.
Yeah.
Then I took that and used it as an advantage,
Uh-huh.
and I stopped buying or asking
Like-
mom,
For
buying
those-
clothes because they wouldn't even buy expensive clothes.
Mhm.
So I
Yeah.
started thrifting.
Ooh.
When I started thrifting, I understood. That time I never understood. I just
What-
wore
you just
garments.
wore whatever.
Then you would find something like a tweed. Tweed is as a fabric that's for winter, but you wear in summer. Hey, this Julu guys, not understanding the fabric. Now we understand fabric. Like this is
Exactly.
linen kind
Yeah.
of
Yes.
situation. It's for this kind of
Teach,
season.
educate
Exactly.
It's
us.
light. If you look at this clothes, it doesn't have what?
airy.
Look.
Insulation doesn't have
This guy-
insulation. Doesn't have sort of insulation.
Yeah, you see, it's free. It's,
It's
free.
free. It
Yeah.
doesn't have so much
So
insulation.
it goes with the season. So for stylists, guys, remember we're
Mhm.
going to winter. We prepare winter in summer.
Exactly.
Exactly.
We're doing that
Yo.
right now.
Uh-huh.
So we're working on that.
Yeah.
So yeah, yeah, man, it's been a journey. So obviously that's where the influence of style came from.
Yeah.
From
Having
a
to
low
thrift.
place
Having to thrift.
But now it helped me understand
Yeah.
the clothing side, and I'm into menswear, guys. So
Yes.
letamanti peacock nje, it's people who call that, but that's why I need us to put it proper, because when you say anti, it's like you are against something.
anti.
Yeah.
So it's better for you to understand me as a menswear
Uh-huh.
style influencer, content creator. Then that's better. You know,
Mhm.
anti peacocks. It's just nothing. It's like it's a it's a community, but for some it comes as if we are Tom, and menswear
So
is not
true.
like that. We're not e-cotton.
We don't
We're
call.
here to educate with whatever we're wearing.
Yeah.
Yeah, dress the way you would want to be addressed.
So
Yeah.
hence value you on the giving away and thing and you couldn't fit in. Like when you were growing up, did you like encounter? Oh yeah.
Hey,
It's like did you encounter like people who like were you bullied like in your
no, I wasn't.
you were not bullied.
I wasn't. I
Were
think
you
I think what helped me, I won't say it helped me, but I
yeah
wasn't in a group of
yeah
friends.
yeah
I didn't want to be with friends
yeah
a lot. And what made it easy for me, where I school was next to my dad's work.
oh
So I would
yeah
enter school and come out, my dad is outside.
yeah
No friends, no groupies, nothing.
yeah, at
So
least yo wow
I think it was just predestined. I didn't choose it though. So yeah, it just predestined, because God predestines things. Like as
yeah
much as you say, yo, I did that, God aligned
yeah
it that way. So when I grew up, there was no bullies around. I understand it's a very touchy
yeah
topic, because I have a baby now and I
yeah
think
oh
about those things.
yeah and you
Yeah.
kind of what's his name?
Nsako. Nsako, yeah.
How old, guys? I love
He
Babas.
turned 3 months on Monday.
Yeah.
He's a new
And he got married, guys. So please, hands
Whoa.
up.
Shh. Let me help you. When you marry them, I see with your actions. No speaking, I'm married or whatever. You know? Because marriage is a covenant. It's
Thank
not a lifestyle.
Can men please just drop a little bit for
Yeah.
for us, yo? After,
And by the way, I'm learning, in this marriage thing.
yes. You
When-
see, guys, you
every
never
day.
stop
Please,
learning.
please
You
don't say
never.
marriage is when we take pictures together. Marriage is what happens behind the pictures.
Exactly.
And I'm loving it.
Hallelujah. What happened behind the marriage?
What happens?
Yeah.
You wanna know?
I wanna like
Arg-
'cause- yeah.
Arguments that need men to be true to their wives.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
right now, hence yeah.
Go there. I'm gonna write a book, by the way.
So right now, Veda,
Yeah.
since like you are married, I also
Mm.
wanna know like how I wouldn't say how does it, but like does it work hand in hand with your? Because you know sometimes as an artist you get
Mm.
gigs and gigs. I know Vele you mostly women sometimes they want attention and you get
Mm.
like you work too much, but
They lilies, don't forget.
yeah, you get me, and that is they like that by default value.
Mm.
You get me, and it's not wrong. You get me, but that's why we need to balance. But
Mm.
I wanna like know you like how's the journey? Like
Let me
how's
tell
the
you,
journey?
I love this question because I
Yeah.
always repeat it. If you're not
Hallelujah.
honest with your person before you even make an agreement, then it's a problem.
Mm.
I told my wife before,
Yeah,
I'm a creative. This is my schedule.
yeah.
I need you to fit in and also fix whatever might take my time from you.
Mm.
And number two, if she doesn't have anything to do, I employ her with my creativeness, so she feels that she's with me.
Yo, man,
know?
she helps you.
Yeah, I employ her. I employ my wife, So she works with me. So she understands the vision. But it takes time for her to understand honestly.
Yeah,
Because remember, you are the one who is a creative and
yeah,
you are married to someone who doesn't do a creative side. But now
yeah.
she's trying her best. Not that I'm forcing her.
Yeah,
It's a
she's-
teaching journey.
Hallelujah.
Like now she would ask, what's happening? Do you have any gigs? Do you
Yeah,
have any projects to sort out?
yeah.
And she books me off. Can we on this date have this so because I just don't want us to clash.
Mm.
So which is beautiful for me because now
Hallelujah.
she's fitting into the schedule.
Communicating.
Yeah.
Also understanding that we need to grow. Also now she gets worried if I don't produce what's going on.
Like she
Because
cares
she now
about your
understands the
age.
pattern. Okay. It's either, creating. And I think as individuals or as couples
Yeah,
or married people, we need to be transparent before committing to some so that the person understands your
yeah.
vision. Remember, she'll carry your vision. She's your helper.
Mm.
And I won't do it without it. As much as I'm good,
Mhm.
Excelos or Aina Lepu. Zol-aina mina, but
Yes,
you know,
get
she
the
will do it
chance.
proper.
She
you
will
understand?
certify it.
And
Certified. I need
as much as I know, I used to tell her, hey, but God will teach you, will humble you. I say, I am into the style. You don't know any
Yeah.
style. Can I guess what? Recent posts that I have,
Yeah.
part of her ideas, and I say, wow,
Wow.
might not be
See,
into that style, but now
you're
Impambula.
always
you're understanding,
learning.
yeah.
So
Yeah.
so how do you assure as a creative?
Mm,
Because I am too.
mm,
You understand what I'm doing, and I see more of uh, uh um creatives that are getting married, getting into this thing. I always ask myself, how do you assure stability to the person that you are dating and are trying to commit to? Because the journey of being a creative is, for sure, the first few years of you starting is
mm,
all about proving yourself until you get the rewards. You
mm.
understand? So how do you prove stability and ensure stability to the
In your
person that you,
relationship,
yeah, in a relationship?
do you have principles? That's the first question.
Mhm.
If you have principles,
Thank
okay,
you.
I'm gonna go way deep. I know I'm gonna summarize, or maybe I'm not answering, but I just want to help you with something.
Mhm.
I don't teach my wife to fear me. I teach
Mm.
my wife to fear God.
Huh.
Then that automatically what changes her to fear me without me pushing. Because if she
Mhm.
loves God, she know what God requires from
Mhm.
her. Simple. So it's principles. Hence, I don't want to base my relationship on celebrities. Very dangerous. If you could look at relationships right now, they look like a business because they
Yeah.
get married and they divorce. Because behind the scenes, there is business, man. If I make money now, my wife will make money. Then when we divorce, she takes her part. It looks like a business.
Yeah.
You understand? So principle is more important. Whether there is growth, whether you're not growing in the industry, principle will stay principle.
Yeah.
And when principles are there, bro, even in difficult times, I'm not saying we don't go through difficult times in relationship,
Yeah.
but principles will ground you. If she
Yeah.
only follows principle, if she doesn't, then there's a
Mm-hmm.
problem. Or if I don't, then there's a problem. Principles
Mhm.
will help you with most of any situation. I'm not saying it will be easy, but principles ground you back. Hence, I speak to my wife. I say, I want to fear God so that I can love you right.
Oh.
Please fear God so that you can love, because you won't be doing it for me. When you do everything for God, it automatically does what? Works out.
Exactly.
Yeah. So my standards, man, are on God's principles when it comes to love. And yeah, that's it.
So it what you just said to me, especially towards the end, is
Yeah.
because you are big on spirituality since the show has started.
I think
It's
big on
being
truth.
Yeah.
big on truth.
Truth, because
Yeah.
spirituality, if we break it down, we'll go to other
Yeah.
theologies
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
Yeah.
on truth.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Which is God.
Which is God, one God,
One God.
no
Yeah.
separation.
Damn,
Yeah.
that's great. So I just wanna know what principle, because we spoke about principles
Mm.
in your writing of in your producing or producing of music.
Mm.
What messages do you want to try and put
Or
across,
portray.
Good
or,
question.
or portray to people, to the young ones, to
Yeah.
all your target audiences?
Okay. Love is mostly the songs I have. Have you noticed?
Yes.
Because as Africans, we are made scared of love. But we should understand that, as African, love is very weird. I can be giving my child money and that's love. No, that's not love. That's a responsibility to some extent, though. So my messages are on music's about love and truth and what I experience.
Yeah.
You understand? I don't want to be lying to you, but then my songs should pose such questions. Then I can tell you which love I'm talking about.
Mm.
When I say ungowam, you thinking girlfriend, boyfriend, I'm talking about married life because I'm in that state.
Exactly.
Because that time, Mangpala, unpredictable love. There's a song called Love
Hey,
was
he charts.
unpredictable
That
for me.
one.
I didn't understand what was going on.
That was the first single. Eh?
Yeah.
Yeah. That
Before
was.
before giving up the music thing, and I came back with that song.
Oh.
Yeah.
Gee.
So I almost gave up. I stopped producing for a year.
Yeah, featuring Amu Moses, one of the dopest people, yo.
Please get him here. Please get him
Yeah,
here.
yeah.
Please. We'll
I
speak
will,
to
yo.
you.
I
We'll
will.
speak to
Amu
you.
Moses this year, yo. You must
Yeah.
come, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, yo.
So yeah, my music is about love and also the creative side. When there's no lyrics and stuff, it's just the creative side.
Yeah.
Um projecting emotion through production.
Yeah.
You know, some people cry, but I ask myself, what are they crying from? You know, some will tell you, no, it's, you know, the melodies. So, but what are the
Exactly.
melodies doing to you? You know, then I get stories from there. Then through those stories, right, we can also find out if this person is from a place of hurt or a place
Yeah.
of comfort or whatever place, you know, then we can teach. It depends though. Because some people just cry umbuzo ukuthi ukhalelani bafo, because of a song. You know, Ajo, you know, you touch me, but how?
He touched me.
Explain. You know,
Yeah.
that's why we also need to address this in churches as people who seem as if they're praying when they cry, and we say it's God's Holy Spirit, right?
First of all,
But they're going through stuff. I'm just that's why it's very dangerous, guys. When, especially when you're gospel artist. Sorry for
Yeah.
moving out a bit of
Nah,
topic.
yeah.
Really understand what is the gospel, because now if you just sing the gospel and you don't understand, you're not portraying the message.
exactly.
Or it's better for you to not sing gospel if you know that it's the standards are very high for you. Hence, now the gospel is it seems like it's a, you know, a playground.
Yeah. Imitation.
So going back to my music, so we need to
Yeah.
understand where our emotions are driven, you know, because there's a lot of things that, you know, happen behind, you know, people's lives. I'll be creating a song happy when we are calm. Can you see? Then there's unbalance, some unbalance somewhere. So music is, yo, I wouldn't say deep. Okay, so for some people it's deep, but music, it's what God created.
A
But
way of
now
expression.
it evokes other emotions
It's
to
a way
other
of
people.
expression.
You know, some people express, you know, happiness, but you'll hear some people say, "Yo, your song saved me," which is a
Yeah.
beautiful thing. But I think God is the one who saves above
Hallelujah.
any song.
Mhm.
So yeah.
So when you are looking at, you know, your young self, well,
Mm.
you're looking back on your younger self rather, and you look on what used to motivate you then, you know, because some of us find it very difficult to stem motivation from ourselves.
Mm.
So would you find that between your contrast of yourself then and now, do you find the same things still motivate you?
No.
Or do you have certain things that have changed in your perspective that now motivate you?
Can
as
I
a
help?
person?
Can I help a black child quickly?
Uh-huh.
We never know. We never knew what was motivation. We grew up.
Uh-huh.
That's a problem. We just grew up.
Yeah.
You know, your father was. That's what I'm saying. That we have to understand what love is. You know, my dad will take me to school, which is a good thing.
Mm-hmm.
It's a responsibility. But you find motivation when we have a relationship with families. Like now, I'm a dad. I'm understanding. You know, so I choose to tell my son who he is
Mm-hmm.
and his value, and he will be motivated by that.
Yeah.
Not just, you know, I'm
You
your dad,
live.
happy birthday, we sleep, go to school for, you know. And I'm not against our parents, man. It's
Yeah.
the times they grew up in.
Yeah.
It's what was, you know, that's how they grew up, you know. I'm Lucy Nkomo, you know, and you know, but now we need to open up because
Yeah.
we need to let our children know their. So I never had motivation at the time. Now I have motivation because I've grown, and
Yeah.
it's by God's grace that I understand the motivation. And
God's
how do I
grace.
get the motivation? Is me biblically knowing who I through the image of God.
Mm-hmm.
You understand? And it shouldn't be just motivation. You know, when it comes to human beings or to the elect, I will put this as, it might scare you, but God has elected people already.
Yes.
And you
so
say, how
true.
choose abanye? No, if you are elected, it's simple. You will follow the principle. If you're not, you're not. You know,
JJ.
I won't go there. Let's not go there.
Yeah.
But we need to understand the message. So yeah, motivation now grew from principles of God and also the growth that I've been experiencing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So in closing, this is a question I always ask people, and your good friend Chuck also, yo, we
My
pendulega
brother.
mnandi,
My
yo,
brother.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Brother.
understand.
Mm.
With the fam.
What's that one thing you'd love to say if you do it and achieve it, it's all said and done. God can take me, God can call me.
Yo, my one is beyond music, man. Souls are the most important thing. You know, we're using creativity obviously to attract people, but then when you're attracted to Roneedeep, you'll know the real
Yeah.
Rodney,
Mm.
the God given Rodney. You
Mm.
know, music is like the body, right?
Yes,
But the soul, we need to deal with the soul. Remember, our bodies and our creativeness, it's a cool thing, but it's not permanent. But the soul is,
yeah,
because it goes beyond death.
yeah, very much.
You know, and the soul seems like it's hidden, Yeah, well, like we don't. It's like we don't nurture the soul.
Mm.
We nurture the body outside, but the body dies. I rather nurture something that's eternal. You
Mm.
know.
Oh,
So
that's why music is so powerful because
it
even
is.
when you are gone, it's still there.
It's still there. Yeah, music is still there, but
Yeah.
truth is the foundation of everything.
Mm.
Whether we are kwata or kwati, truth will be truth.
Yeah.
Whether you blue tomorrow, whether you change the principles, bro, truth will be truth.
Damn.
Yeah, I get you.
And as much as I'm speaking like this, some people say, hey, outing it's strong, it doesn't go through temptations and whatever.
Yeah.
Let me tell you the truth.
Yeah.
Principles will lead you, you know, to
Yeah.
overcome those things in
Yeah.
a way you won't boast to another brother. Hey, so I don't lie.
Ish.
Truth will help you do that.
Yeah.
But now, truth should expose you,
Hmm.
not hide you. Sengboyego Adam and Eve, when after they found out they messed up, they hit themselves.
Mm.
But God knew them,
Yeah.
even knew them in their dirt.
Mm.
Right? So what I'm trying to say is we must be open, guys. Then the truth will set us free.
Hmm.
If you're not open and try to impress law, hey, I want to run it example. Yo, unje, then ngiyasifihla. Bro, you know I was transparent from everything. He knew.
Yeah.
Mm.
He went into the same room. We used to sleep in studio. He knew the people I
That's
was
why
hanging
also
around.
Actually, this is the
Yeah.
guy spiritually, like.
You understand? I used to hang around with
Yo.
those people. Not that I don't make mistakes, but I learned from them.
Mm.
You understand? I learned from them. And how do you teach people? By truth. Which truth? I say Christ, man.
Hallelujah.
There's no other foundation for me.
Damn.
For other people, it might be other things. For me, it's Christ.
Mm.
Yeah, that's the foundation.
Drop those hands.
Yeah.
Drop that applause, bro. Yo, man.
I think
With
we
that
need a
being
part two,
said,
man. We need a part two. We need to speak.
Yeah,
about
yeah,
this out
yeah.
there.
this
I
was a
worry not.
very deep, Rodney deep episode.
Yeah.
Mekbunda,
Yeah,
the best.
the best, Joe. So, guys,
Malaysia.
in closing, are you signing out?
No, I've already signed out.
Oh,
George.
the
Bye.
So, guys, in closing, you all know, guys, when I'm quiet sometimes in some interviews, I'm deep in the issues. Hence, we have Roneedeep. He took us deep in the issues.
Yeah.
Y'all get me? So, like, yeah, it's him. Like, yo, yeah, he's him. Like, you get me?
Yes.
So, in closing, as
Yeah.
and as we close, like, what would you tell parents who have kids who wanna pursue what they wanna do, not what the parents want them to be?
Yeah.
You get me? I know sometimes the parents they protect us because they are scared because of what they've experienced and things.
Yeah. I think
Yeah.
protection. You're opening up another topic, man.
Nah, just
Yo,
shorten
yo,
it,
yo,
and
yo.
then we.
I'll try shorten
Yeah.
it. It's not what the kids wanna do. It's what God has put in them.
Oh,
It's not what they want to do.
yeah.
So we need to nourish what God has given our children. Maybe it gifts. So we nourish it through the truth also. Saying, okay, if you're a musician, there's good people, there's bad people. There's
Yeah,
these
yeah,
things that
yeah,
happens
yeah,
and there's
yeah.
that. Right? And you don't have to, you know what, guys? The truth is so simple. You don't have to force it.
Mm.
If I tell you to, hey man, you going to a gig, please don't do this and this, right? I shouldn't be worried because truth is more powerful than
Yeah.
let me not. But just encourage your kids and align them. Feed them information so that when they produce what was God given, right?
Yeah.
It produces things that are of truth, beauty, love, and not of harm. So you just
Yeah.
nourish them. That's it.
Damn.
The
Yeah.
keyword was truth in this episode.
And I hope you're
Oh,
swat, guys.
That's my next EP called Truth. But I pronounced it. No, not pronoun. I chose the Hebrew word emet, which means
Emet.
truth.
Wow.
So it's coming out early this year. Yeah.
In closing, guys, you'll heard, and I hope you'll learn from this, guys. Like, I kalilana, but now I'm deep. I'm underground now, guys. I'm not 6
Uzolimala.
feet. I'm 12 feet.
Ask Kiss if I
Under,
killed
guys.
your vibe, guys.
No, you never killed anything.
Today I didn't make you shout. I just made, I brought some calmness.
It's
Ah,
actually
yeah.
therapy.
Ex-
Low key.
You kept me like you teaching
Yeah.
us. I'm gonna watch this again, like, cause as I'm gonna mix it, for sure I'm gonna listen to it like 3 times.
Yeah, man.
3 times, and like, yo, man, guys, thank you so much. Once again, we had Roneedeep, Boti Matimba. I call him Boti Matimba, Boti Rodney, man. Barolanyana Changan, Fela Mazugura, so Papa is in his song.
Before I found Bane,
Rodney de Shangan.
check me on all social media platforms. Roneedeep on Twitter, Instagram, and where? I'm everywhere actually. Just say Roneedeep.
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 Yeah.
There's a need in the Roneedeep.
Yeah, and we are deep, We are deep,
The name says it all, guys.
We are deep. So
Thank you so much.
God bless you.
You can sign out. God, Neleja.
Signing out.
The Issues Podcast, hosted by N. Magbunda, co-hosted by Neleja and the Voice of God.